Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are watching me from. I would like just to do a very quick analysis on what you're expecting for the next week. So I'll literally just try to look at the three pairs. So I'll look at GBPAUD. I'll also look at USDJPY and generally look at GBPUSD. So it will just be a very quick, short analysis. I've tried to do a prayer analysis just before I came onto the call. So one thing, I've been looking at GBPAUD from a 1 hour. This is a daily time frame. So from the daily time frame, we can see. Let me just reset the charts. So from the daily time frame, we see how the week ended, and the way the week ended, it ended with price almost reaching a liquidity level. By liquidity level, I just mean that price literally reached a place where they were going to grab liquidity. So this is how it looks. So price reached here, and I've said interesting pair waiting for price to reach the demand zone for a buy, and imbalances left on the top. So this is a demand zone that was created previously. So I'll be waiting for price to reach this demand zone, but as well, there is another demand zone that has been created around this area here, so it cannot also be ignored. So come Monday, we'll just be looking at how price will be moving, literally, because we are using price action to trade. We are not using any indicators, we're not using any other style, we're using only price action. So wait and see how price behaves, especially during the Tokyo session. But I've noted from the daily that we already have two demand zones. This is one demand zone, and there's also another demand zone here. So for example, if by any chance that price came and reached this demand zone, which it has previously, 1, 2, 3, 4, almost there, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if price will reach here on this demand zone, basically what we are looking at is we will expect price to revert. If not, and if price passes this demand zone and continues going downwards, and the buyers have the market, then it will mean this is another level that they'll be looking at. But there's also another interesting level, which is here, that you can also, so I'll just try to mark it with a horizontal line. So there's also another area which is here that was used as a previous support level. So you can, if you're going to go into a sell from this pair, then you should be careful to look at this as a support level for your take profits. And I've also seen another level which is here or around this region that has also been used as another support level. Another support level that has been used previously, this is here. So you can use this three level either as your take profit 1, take profit 2, take profit 3, and if you're pulling it downwards completely, this will be your take profit level 4. So coming Monday, I think we'll be looking critically how price behaves around this region, because it has been a demand zone. And then another thing that you should also note, so I'll try to maximize this, that as price was moving down, there are some things price left. So this was, you can see one, if I try just to zoom it out, you can see there was this one move that buyers try to get into the market. So we'll use this as our order block, because you're looking at some people call it the FU candle or the fuck you candle. Sorry, it's the fuck you candle. So we are looking at this as an order block. So we're expecting that if price reverses and it comes moving up, it will look at this region. And then we're also looking at other regions that when price was coming down on the daily, it made these huge moves. So from these huge moves, we'll try to look at them critically and see if at all these huge moves left gaps. So that's an example of a gap that was left, and another one here, and another one here. So you keep looking at these gaps that the market left when it was moving down, because anytime that the price is going to reverse and go upwards, this is the level that the market is going to look at. So in a nutshell, I can say we'll wait and see how price action behaves, especially around this region between 7600 and 7400. Be very keen on how price behaves around those regions. If we move to GBPJPY, as other pairs that I've already done my little analysis on it. So I had done an analysis on GBPJPY last week, and it still remains, because as per my analysis, price did not respect my levels. And as I had predicted last week, it was that I'm still looking for sell opportunities in this pair, because price moved all the way up, and it moved all the way up, it filled a few of these regions. So for example, if you're looking at it from a 4-hour time frame, we already know that price has reached our supply zone. Our supply zone is because we look at the last candle that happened before price moved downwards, and this was used as our supply zone. So price reached our supply zone. If I can just highlight it once again, this was our supply zone. So price reached our supply zone and it broke structure. So right now what price is doing, or by Friday closure of the market, price was trying to reverse or retest. So we'll be very keen going into Tokyo session tomorrow morning and see what price will do. But there's a very important level on top. If you go and push it, if you go and push price to the daily, this is what it shows on the daily. On the daily, it shows that we need to break structure on top. Because why do we need to break structure on top? Is because we have these two equal tops. And like I've always said that, and whenever you see these two equal tops on the charts, it means this is where liquidity is. This is where people have left their orders. This is where people have left their sell stop orders or buy orders, and the big boys or the market makers will be looking at these levels to come and correct price. And as we see from this level, that price is almost reaching this liquidity level, which is very important. You're looking at it from the daily, that these guys or the market makers can just decide to move this and correct this structure or liquidity. They'll do a liquidity grab, and if they're going to do a liquidity grab, what they'll do, they just move with one huge candle or a few candles to reach this level and get the liquidity around that level, and then reverse everything and start selling. So for me, I'm looking for selling opportunities. I don't think there's nothing much left to get into this for a buy. So I'll be looking at selling opportunities. And if you're reading my notes here, the things that I had highlighted before is price has reached its previous supply zone. This was the previous supply zone that price had taken before it moved downwards. So in my notes, I've said price has reached its previous supply zone. On top, we have a lucrative liquidity area. This is the lucrative liquidity area where I've explained before that this is where people have left their orders. So price is trying to come and correct this move and reach the previous liquidity level. And I've said, what will the big boys be doing on Monday? So let me just correct this Monday. I wrote it with a capital O, doesn't make any sense, so put a small O. So we're looking at Monday, and especially for me, I don't trade the Tokyo session, I only trade the London session and the New York session. So for Tokyo session, I use it to see how the market is reacting to last week prices, and how the market is trying to dictate what will be happening in the next week. So I'll watch and see how this price action will move. Either if we're trying to, when you try to just look at it in detail. So we'll try to see whether price, since it moved here, will it go back and grab the liquidity that is around that level, or if not, because price has already reached a previous supply zone, will price revert? And if it reverses, then these are areas that we should look for, either from there up to that level, or it will come all the way into our demand zone. So for me, going into the week, because this is a daily analysis, we're looking at it from a daily time frame, which is a higher time frame. So this is what I'll be looking at. I'll only move to the lower time frames because if I'm looking at the exact entry point. So for example, if I've done my analysis on the daily, I can move back up to the 1 hour time frame or 30 minutes time frame to get the exact entry points for this particular trade. And another thing that I highlighted at the end of the day, the market is also within a trending range, which is 900 plus pips. And I've also insisted that I'll be looking to sell this pair. What I mean by 900 pips, if I try to measure, because what has been happening, before I explain that, what has been happening is price has been ranging between this demand region up to that level, and it has not done it once, it has done it several times. So it touched here, tried to move up to that way, reversed, came here, touched it, tried to move, came back, reversed, and so on. So price right now that it's at this level, the best that we can anticipate is price will try to be moved back up to this demand zone, or up to around this region, which was our last order. So the best thing I can look at this market is look at it from selling. If not, then there must be something special that will have to move price by above this region. And if I look at it from the daily time frame, there are other things that you can see from the upper perspective. So for example, you can see there's a trade imbalance around this region. So if price will move beyond this break of structure region, then we as advanced traders will be knowing that one, price will be coming to cover this imbalance. If not, then price will be coming to cover another liquidity level that was left here, and I love marking this liquidity level with a dollar sign. And if not there, price will also be coming to try and respect that level. So if you are looking at GBPJPY, these are levels that you can be looking at as your take profit level, or where the money is. Another level is here, I'll just draw. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4. So going with the bears, these are the levels that you'll be looking for if you're going with the bears. And if, for example, you're looking to sell this pair, and then there are levels you like to also look at them critically. I think I'll look at this level here. I'll also come and look at this level here, because it has been used as a support level. This has been a support level, another support level, which is, I believe there's a lot of liquidity here. This will be used as another support level. And then moving down, more down, this is another level that can be used as a support level. So for now, I'll just highlight this, a few of these. These are areas that personally, if I get into this trade, are the areas that I'll be looking at it, at them critical. So having said that, then I remain with the USDJPY. I'll try just to reset the chart once again and maybe move to the weekly so that I can have a clear clarity on how the trade looks like. So if I look at it from the weekly perspective, one thing that I can see is price has respected the trend line. So if you look at it from this trade from a 4-hour time frame, I'll try to zoom out. This is how price has been behaving around the trend line. And you've always said that the trend line is a trader's best friend. So what that just means is price has always, taken off. When it came down, it touches the trend line. Either it can touch on it directly or just leave a few pips before it touches it and reverses. Or at times, like we see in this scenario, what happened was price reached the trend line and moved beyond the trend line. So this region, these are the regions where price was trying to correct itself. And like as we have discussed before, or if you're a member of this chart on price, always will reach, break structure, reverse, come back for confirmation, and then you can get into this for a trade. So I hope you understand up to them. And generally, if you're looking at this market, like for this time frame, we're looking at it from a 4-hour time frame. One thing we can deduce with this market is that this market has been on an upward trend, and that is from all the way from January 2021. The market has been on an upward trend. So we'll wait and see how price action will behave come Monday. But for me, these are the few things that maybe I'll highlighted. Market has been on an upward trend. We already said that. Price has respected the trend line, touching it and reinverting itself. I've already explained that price always comes back to the trend line, touches it or retests it, and continues going either way. So for us as traders, especially those who use smart money as their trading technique, you already see that we are already guided. We can see where the market is headed to. If you put it on the weekly time frame, I think that makes things very clear. But the more you move to a lower time frames, it just basically means that you're trying to get exactly what the market is doing at that particular time. And those are the only time frames that are better for you to make entries. So that is on USDJPY, because we are looking at it from a weekly time frame. This was the previous high, which has already been respected. If I'll just try to highlight it, which has already been respected, and price has retested. So two things are involved. Either from here, price will move come Monday that way, or alternatively, price will move this way. So for us as traders who use the smart money trading strategy, we'll wait and see how price behaves, especially around this very, 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 very important region. So if price goes beyond here, these are the regions we're looking at. This one region because of an imbalance, another region because of double tops, which means there's a lot of liquidity here, and another liquidity area should be there. So I'd like to urge you, my friends, so keep watching GJ, keep watching GBPAUD and gold. I haven't looked much at gold. That's a weekly time frame. Maybe let me drop back to the daily. Nothing much to report. Still same old, same old. If I go back to a 4-hour time frame, 4-hour time frame at least will try to give us a good picture. And by what this means is price came back and respected this order block. In fact, it has almost retested it. This is once and this is twice. So what means is price tried to go up. I know it will come up to this region. If I can use the path tool, that these areas that I expect price will come back to. So price will come back almost up to here, or it can decide to come back place there, because there's another high low here, which means price will want to correct it. And if you try to look on the left further, almost these regions are the same. So for me, I'll be looking for either price to pass these regions or go beyond this longer wick. If price does that and it confirms to me, then for me to be a good confirmation for me to get into for a buy. And like I've always said, I don't get into a trade unless the risk to reward ratio is 1 to 3. So if it's not 1 to 3, that's a limit. So if you're going to maybe be lucky and enter this trade, these are the opportunities. I already marked them before. This is 1 hour time frame. You can have your stop loss, stop profit here, or take profit here, and get out and leave the other pair running, or get out another level at around this level and leave a very small lot size, even 1.01 or 1.02 or 0.5 running to the end. I think those are good 20 minutes of my time, so I'd like to sum it there. And thank you so much. See you next time. God bless. Bye.